Okay, booting process of router. Router booting sequence, or you can say the process. So before that, let's understand the components, what we have in the router. So we have the RAM, ROM, NVRAM, iOS image, RAM Euro, random access memory, ROM, read only memory, CPU. NVRAM non-volatile, random access memory. iOS inter-network operating system. CPU, what is the full form of CPU? Central processing unit, right? So these are the major components which are available into the router. So if you have anything, if you miss anything, right, router will not come up. Router will not boot up, right? Power cable. Power cable is the external device, no? These are the internal devices. These are the internal within the router. Power cable is the external device. Yeah, definitely you have to have the power. That I can understand, right? So just discuss the internal part, hardware level. So if anything is not available in your mobile, what you have instead of iOS, you have the Android and okay. If I talk about the iOS, Android is having that iPhone is having iOS, Android is having Android device, right? Android 12 something, right? 11, 12 something. So if you don't have anything, what is going to happen? Mobile will not come up. Similarly, if you don't have, right, when you turn on the device, when you turn on the router or switches, if you are missing with this anything, device will not come, right? So these things must be there on the router, right? So let's understand the sequence first. This is a rundown. Now let's come to the sequence. When we turn on the router or device, right? That is the switch, right? When you put down the power supply, when you insert the power supply, when you turn on, first of all, it performs the post. Post is power on, self test. Under that, it checks the components, whether I have RAM, ROM, CPU, and all the hardware, they are getting the power supply or not. In that router, we also have the fan, right? So fan are redundancy actually. Lower end devices, they don't have redundancy into the fan. They will have a single fan, or sometimes nowadays they are coming to the dual fan. If anything is missing, let's suppose RAM is faulty or ROM is faulty, or iOS image itself corrupted, the router will not come up. But there are some criteria for that. It will go into the ROM and it will get the mini iOS, right? So, understand first thing. Basic thing is first is when you turn on the router, first of all it will perform the post, that is power on self test. Under that, it will check the hardware, whether all the hardware are working properly or not. That is the first step. Second step is when it done, when post is done, then it go for the configuration register to find iOS. And this happen into the ROM, and this is also happen in the ROM. No, that's fine. You can write down. I just want to put it here. ROM, ROM. Random access memory. So these operations, the power on self test and configuration register, the default value for configuration register is 2102. That is the default value for configuration register into the router and system, even in the firewall system. So this is for the Cisco device. So first of all, it will check the post. It will perform the post. Under the post, it will check the hardware. Second is configuration register. Under here, there is a application called Bootstrap. .exe. This is the application. And software. The application software which is sitting inside the ROM to find out the iOS image. To find out the iOS image. Where is the iOS image? This is the job of the Bootstrap. Bootstrap.exe is the application or software sitting inside the ROM to find out the image. Where is the image located? Right? So by default, image comes under the flash memory. Flash memory. So depending on the configuration value, there is a bootstrap application or software inside the ROM, which will try to find out the image. So first of all, it will go to the flash memory to check the image, whether that image is available in flash memory or not. If that is available, then it will load the image into the RAM. So if that image is available into the RAM, flash memory, then it will load into the RAM. Under the loading process, actually the image which is available into the flash memory, it is in form of the compressed format. Compressed. When it comes to, let's suppose I identify that image is there into the flash memory. When it tries to load into the RAM, at that time it will decompress. While decompressing, you will get thousands of the stars. We'll see in the lab. No worries. While decompressing, it will show you thousands of the star over your screen, right? And this load image under the random access memory. If that is not available, let's suppose image is not available, the next step it will check into the TFTP server. If not available, then we'll go to the TFTP server. If image is available under the TFTP server, then again it will reload into the where? RAM. It will load into the load iOS and where into the RAM. While loading that image from the TFTP server, again it will perform a decompression. Actually, image which is there on the flash memory or TFTP server, it is in form of compressed format. So it will decompress. While decompressing, it will show you the thousands of the stars, right? Then the next step is, if not available, then it will go into the ROM. ROM. Under the ROM, if nothing is there, right? Okay, if router is not able to find the image into the flash memory, not able to find into the TFTP server, then it will go into the ROM, read only memory, where it will find the mini iOS. Mini iOS, and it will reload with the mini iOS. Under the mini iOS, you will not get the access of all the command. You will have a limited command. You will have a limited command, but you will not get the full access of the command line. You will get the limited command. That is your Roman mode. Actually, ROM is Roman mode, right? The mini iOS, right? There now it will load with the mini iOS into the ROM mode, ROM. There, where under the load iOS means RAM. This is the first step. So at any place, right? If you don't have the memory, if you don't have the image into the flash memory, if you don't have the image into the TFTP server, but at the end, if you don't have the image anywhere, it will go into the ROM and it will load up with the mini IO. If that is not happening, let's suppose it is booting with the flash memory. If image is available into the flash memory, then the next step is NV RAM, that is for startup config. Startup config means what? Now your router is on, the router has the image. Now router is able to identify, router is able to find out the image. With that image, router will boot up. The next step is to go into the NVRAM, non-volatile access memory. What does it mean? It means if you have let's suppose you have already done some configuration. That configuration will be stored here, NVRAM. So it will try to get the old configuration from the NVRAM and it will come up with the configuration. So here again two things will happen. Yes or no. In case of yes, if router is able to find the configuration in NVRAM which is already stored, let's suppose we have done some changes, we have modified the host name, we have configured the IP address, right? Those things are available into the NVRAM. When it available into the NVRAM, router will come to the NVRAM and it will look up for the startup config. If startup config is available there, then it will come up with the configuration. So here, if we have, then router will come as a full configuration. If not, then you will get a dialog to configure. anyone remember when in the last class when we tried to test that at the end it was getting the dialog box to put yes or no. So that is this also, the last one. Where if you don't have anything, if you haven't done any configuration on the router or switches, it will come up with a dialog option to configure the router manually. Right? So we always go with the no. I don't want to follow the router instruction. I want to do it myself. I don't want to follow. That is why we put the no so that it will come out of that dialog option, and then you can able to configure the device according to your requirement. So this is the booting process of that. Clear? So now the question here is, I am saying in the NVRAM it has the old configuration, right? So how does configuration come under the NVRAM? When we do any changes, when you do any changes on the router, that will be under the RAM, random access memory. If router goes down or because of any reason, because of the power failure or because of the hardware failure, if router goes down, the configuration will be wiped out from the router. I want that configuration into the router. If router goes down, still I want that configuration. In that case, we have to write the configuration from RAM to NVRAM with the help of the command copy running configuration, then startup. Copy the running configuration into the startup configuration. Running configuration is where into the RAM, and startup configuration is where into the NVRAM. So copy the configuration from RAM to NVRAM, right? That is the first command. Second is very simple, write. Third is write memory. These are the commands that we use to write the configuration from running to startup, and startup config goes into the NVRAM and running configuration into the RAM, right? Okay, write down this one. You can also write here load startup. Actually same thing. And this is the setup. So okay, let's take two router R1 and R2, and we'll connect this router. And the interface is not showing, so we have to click on the ABC. When you click here, it will start showing the interfaces, right? Then let's turn on the devices. How to take the console?